Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Donald Trump, your president, ordered an airstrike against Nigeria on Christmas Day. This is your Nobel Peace Prize seeking president who allegedly stopped 8 wars. We know he started at least one. Why? He says he wants to rescue Christians in Nigeria. Absolutely amazing to me because there's a lot of Christians in the United States and they get killed all the time. And I have yet to see him launch an airstrike against killers of Christians in America. And you know what's the strangest part about all of this is, fam? He ain't even a Christian. So what's this really about? Before we go deep into this, check out this video of some of the survivors.
Sai a ta can wajen a don sa masu ibon da masu an kula ka gane ba.
Na abubuwa su haɗu kamar yadda ake da 'yan sandan da civilian JTF da lokacin
Well, it is quite unfortunate for these incidents that we recorded at Gambbo Market, Jumat Mosque, where at about 6 p.m. of today, an unknown individual who is suspected to be a member of the terrorist group entered inside the mosque, and while prayer was ongoing, we recorded an explosion. But however, the commissioner of police drafted a standard operation team who went to the scene, according the area. The EOD took charge to sweep the area. No other explosive ordnance was found at the scene again. But however, we were able to evacuate the injured victims, which are being taken to UMTH Hospital, a specialist hospital in Maiduguri. They are currently responding to treatment, but unfortunately, 5 individuals lost their life on the scene.
Before I go any further, who believe that Donald Trump is dropping bombs on Nigeria to save Nigerian Christians, black Nigerian Christians? Give me a thumbs up if you believe it. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, I ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Yeah, that's what I thought. Fam, we know what it is. We know what the play is. The whole world know what the play is. The cool thing about it is they can't manipulate the press like they used to. They used to have it on lock. When it was ABC, CBS, NBC, then Fox, CNN, boy, they had it on lock. They could run that propaganda play over and over and over again. But now you have people who can debunk the lies. You have people who can say, no, that's not what's happening out here. You know, they used to be able to control the airwaves, you know, control the frequencies. No, that's over now. The internet then bust that wide open. So now, even a person with no name don't need a big camera in front of them. All they need is that phone and be able to say, yo, this is what's going on. They can tell us what's going on. They can show us what's going on. I got a Nigerian guy who's about to speak to y'all. Check him out and what he's saying about Donald Trump. This is a Nigerian talking. You ain't got to take my word. I'm just a black guy on the outside looking in from America. You dig what I'm saying? But check this guy out. He knows Nigeria better than anybody who's not from Nigeria knows Nigeria.
So apparently there is news about Donald Trump saying that he's going to be invading Nigeria to save the Christians that are being persecuted by, I guess, the Fulani herdsman. If y'all don't know, the insecurity in Nigeria has gotten significantly out of hand. I have been talking about this for such a long time. It's not just me. A lot of people who keep it real about the real situation in Nigeria as opposed to pretending that Nigeria is Wakanda. We've been talking about this insecurity for such a long time that Nigeria is not a safe place, even though a lot of biscuit heads try to drag me on this app, we thank God. So apparently there is news that Donald Trump is planning to invade Nigeria to help save the Christians. Now, I have not read the comments. I don't need to bother reading comments, but knowing how quite daft a lot of my people are, I'm pretty sure a lot of these so-called Christians are rejoicing that once again, their white Lord and personal Savior is going to Nigeria to save them from the shackles of hellfire. We thank God. I also want to use this opportunity to remind a lot of these biscuit heads that Donald Trump is not a Christian. If he cares so much about Christianity, he too would be Christian. But somehow, a man who is not Christian cares so much about your black ass that he's going to spend so much of his taxpayers' money, of his country people, to come to your country to save your ass. And I know some of you people don't mind because anything from a white man, we thank God. I also did notice something he added on that tweet, that Nigeria is a disgraced country, something along that line. Yes, this is very true. Nigeria is a disgraced country. I've been talking about this for such a long time, even though a lot of Nigerians think I'm too harsh. Y'all dragged the shit out of me on this app. Y'all done dragged me all the way to Jamaica and to the moon and beyond, chair. And like I've mentioned so many times, you should be glad I, a Nigerian, is talking about the disgraced state of Nigeria and not a foreigner, not a powerful rich white man like Donald Trump, because him using those lingos on an international platform is his attempt to justify whatever games he wants to play in Nigeria. And you're sitting there smiling and rejoicing like a kwee because it's a white man, your white lord and personal savior. We thank God. Some of my people are so fucking backward, it's so sad that a white man can literally march you to your doom and you gladly take it because it's the will of God. After all, we are going to heaven to meet white Jesus, where there are white angels and everything is white and snow. We thank God. Let me remind you that this is exactly how the war in Iraq started. The wars in Afghanistan started. Everywhere that the United States government has had their influence in, it was supposed to be a get in, get out. It was supposed to be, let's go and save those poor people who don't have anything. Let's give them a voice. It was supposed to be get in and get out. And now look at the current state of Iraq, Afghanistan, and every other country that American troops or American military has been involved in that is about to be fucking Nigeria. Yeah, I think you're suffering right now. Hey, Jesus. I done told y'all we need to start being honest about the current state of our country, but you people don't want to hear. Y'all want to keep lying and pretending that Nigeria is Wakanda. If Nigeria is Wakanda, what the fuck are you doing in the West? Looking for visa to die Japa by fire by force. Why not go back to your village and harvest vibranium? All of you people want to travel to Nigeria for dirty December and shake kuku, act like you don't made it in the West, even though what you are is a literal taxpayer. We're so filled with ego, pride, and arrogance that you want to shame your brother. You want to show your brothers that you are better than them. That's why you are spraying money. That's why you are doing all this serere, all this shakara, even though you're supposed to be your brother's keeper as a true Christian. A lot of shit that you have spent when you go to Nigeria, including your fucking plane ticket, is on credit, meaning that when you get back to Obodo Yibo, you have to work your black ass off in order to pay it back. If you do not stand for anything, you will fall for everything. Nigeria has natural resources, oil, manpower. There's so much resources in Nigeria that you people are so daft, you don't know what to do with it. Oyibo is coming to help you and teach you, and you're letting him in. The same Oyibo that enslaved your ancestors so gave you their white Jesus, told you that your African spirituality is demonic, took your resources to their country to build their heaven on earth. We thank God. After all, it's the will of God. We thank God. Ndara.
Oftentimes, the internet is a burden, but in situations like this, the internet is a blessing because we wouldn't get the truth. You know how easy it is to spread lies, to make up a fake enemy? There's an African preacher running around who was captured on video saying, Donald Trump, come save us, come get us, come save us. You know how easy it is to get somebody some money to say something like that? That's nothing. That's propaganda. That is easy. It's easy to get people like that to pretend that they're in danger. There's a certain imminent danger. And all our dumbasses do is see it. Ooh, the government said it. That's what they said. Okay, let's believe it. This is common sense, fam. Common sense would tell the world, anybody with common sense, that Trump is not in Nigeria looking to save lives. Hell, there's parts of Africa where there's much more danger to the people in Africa and in certain countries. There is much more danger. They're in much more danger than any Christian in Nigeria is. So why did he pick on Nigeria? Why is he picking on Nigeria? Because he can. And this is why I'm not a fan of living in a country that can't defend itself against America. Because America is a bully. And I don't want to be anywhere where I can't fight and defend myself against a bully and win. I like winning. I want to win. So when somebody come messing with me and mine, I want to know I got it. That's one of the comforts of people who live in the United States have, right? We have that comfort in knowing that no country's just gonna come over here and mess with us because we have a strong and formidable military, right? You countries in Africa, y'all listening? If you can't defend your country, you don't have a country. No more talk.